Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to this week's WARNO Devblog. It's a pretty short one, so we'll have the Devblog and we'll have the patch notes, which are in fact also relatively short. So it should be a quick video today. So we have the usual welcome from Eugen, and obviously mentioning that Brune is here with 2 new divisions and the 2 new maps and in brackets variants. Yeah, that's totally in response to my video last week. Sorry Eugen. So first up we have a little bit of history. As you know, they love to include a bit of a history section on whoever it's named after. Brune might be one of the last known marshals, as he was mostly left unemployed by Napoleon. Morbidly enough, his death seems to be the most well remembered and documented. His reputation as a staunch Republican, much like his fellow Marshal MacDonald, brought him into conflict several times during his career, resulting in Brune being employed as an ambassador to the Ottoman Empire. If we rewind a bit, it should be noted that Brune served with distinction under Bonaparte in Italy, and when Napoleon was campaigning in Egypt, Brune successfully took command in Switzerland and the Netherlands, where he repelled the British-Russian invasion. A checkered career is a little subheading here. So after Napoleon's return from Egypt and during the subsequent coup, Brune was one of his closest advisors. However, even though he was capable military commander, administrator and diplomat, he seemed to keep on getting in the emperor's way. He, for instance, signed an important document with the French army instead of the required His Imperial Majesty's army. Napoleon took this as a personal affront and sacked Brune. Brune returned only in the end stage of Napoleon's career, in the 100 days in 1815, left unemployed and ignored by the new monarch. During Napoleon's last hurrah, Brune rallied to him, gaining the command of the Army du Var, defending southern France against the Austrian Sicilian troops. With Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo, Brune surrendered before being forced to return to Paris. Going down fighting. During his ill-fated final trip, Brune was recognized by a royalist mob who caught up with him at the gates of Avignon. Despite interventions from the mayor and local prefect, the monarchist population was intent on blood and followed the once Republican military commander from house to house. Brune's fate was doomed. Not once losing his calm and even asking for weapons to fight back, the lynching mob at last cornered him in a hotel. As ladders were placed against the windows and the first rioters entered his room, Brune put ink on paper and wrote a last letter to his wife. What happened next has been well documented. Pushing away the pistol with his bare hands, another one misfires before a third is pushed against the back of his neck and kills him. Brune's body is snatched and dumped in the river, where it is used as target practice. Only 2 days later, the marshal's corpse is recovered and buried, an inglorious but battling to the end finish to a Napoleonic marshal. To be fair, they're right, that is probably one of the most interesting endings to any of the lives of these marshals. Alright, so what about Milestone Brune? So what can you expect in this patch? Well, obviously the 24th Infantry Division Mechanized have been added, the 27th Guards Motor Rifle Division have been added, and we have 2 new variants of the airport map, a 1v1 dual variant and a new 10v10 version. 10v10 version is pretty much the same as the previous version, just obviously with bigger spawn areas, and you can have 10 players on it. If you want lots of info on those things, please do check out the previous Devblog videos. Now we'll move on to the patch notes. As I say, not a huge amount of patch notes this week, so we've got the new divisions, the 24th and the 27th. Another interesting thing is they've added a sub-selection feature to groups of units using Control Tab or Shift Tab. I'll let you experiment with that at your leisure. Obviously, they have added the 2 new variations of Airport Duel and the 10v10. Operation Black Horse's Last Stand has slight corrections to the camera paths during the introduction of the mission. Code fixes, so they fixed a crash issue when launching the game and also fixed an issue with command area not being totally captured. There has been a change to the automatic grenade launcher, so accuracy is set to 50%, suppression according to caliber has been made ×2, and the 30mm HE has been increased to 0.6. So they should be functioning a little bit better now. So, changes to the NATO forces: fixed the Fireteam Leader's Colt Commando ammo loadout, removed one of the L-37 MGs from the Challenger as it isn't modeled correctly and the FX were firing from nowhere. This is actually an anti-air machine gun apparently. Decreased both Challenger's price by -5 to accommodate the removal of one MG. And then for the 3rd Armour Division, all M2A2 variants, the IFV and Leader, have been replaced with the M2A1 variant. This is mostly a cosmetic change since they have the same stats as before, but an improved model. Pact Forces reverted the BRDM2's price from 50 to 40, reverted the BRDM2's base availability from 6 to 9, and increased all MiG-29's price by +10. The 39th Guards Motorized Rifle Division removed the Odolany Pozerski from the division and replaced with a card of SPG-9 dual-purpose recoilless rifles. And that is everything for the patch notes. That's everything for this week. Please do enjoy the new divisions, guys. They are a lot of fun to have a play around with. They have some cool new toys. And I'll see you all soon for some more WARNO.